action. I like the way we're rolling. I like the way we're rolling. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this, Judas.
Who be Judas for you? Who be Judas?
Maybe that's two Judas. Anytime you hear Judas, there is a good Judas and there is bad Judas. There's Judas that is carrot, and there's Judas that is not.
There's no Judas in this building.
Yo, what's good, people? What's really good?
I was waiting for that because if Snatcha doesn't start this show like that, I don't know how else this podcast
Well, I
is
need to
gonna
ask
start.
people what's good now.
What's good? What's really good?
But what's really good? Because we're doing the Godzilla big right here.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Oh gosh, we've missed you guys. I know.
Yeah,
We've been offline for a bit from the podcast, but you know we've been dishing out all kinds of content for you guys still, making sure you guys laugh. And I'm sure you guys, well, before we go into all of that, hi everyone, my name is Nikki Laoye.
They've not forgotten my name. My name is Snatcha, you know.
No, but we just have to be official, you know, that like you have to greet people like Ekaro Ma, Ekaro Sal, good afternoon, sir, good morning, sir, you know, that kind of thing, you know, well, it's okay, let's. No, but it's actually good that we start off, you know, greeting our, you know, listeners, our viewers and all of that. So we've done that and we've gotten that out of the way. What's up, guys? How you doing? Okay. Like we said.
Everything okay?
Everything is fine. I'm just excited to be back on the podcast.
All right.
You know, and like I was saying earlier on, before I had to go back to making sure that we're greeting you guys, we just wanted to say thank you for being such a great support to us.
Thank you for rocking with us.
Yes, thank you for rocking with us. Even though, you know, the podcast had been on a chill mode for the past few weeks, just because of one or two things. But we kept making sure that you were enjoying great content from us and the Meet The Snatchas kids, especially with the new mini series which the kids just created. The funny things our parents say and do. Trust me, that was their idea.
Was it Seven's idea?
It was Seven's idea.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, we're just going to do something, you know, and talk about the funny things.
I got an idea.
And they created it. And we just happened to just be their cameraman. So we just helped them to record it. So if you haven't seen it yet, we have it on our YouTube shorts. And of course, it's all over our Instagram page. And of course, we're kicking off our TikTok page as well.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
I think I will be.
Yeah, you are aware. Don't worry. You're aware now. Okay. But of course, you're welcome. It's the Meet The Snatchas Podcast, and we're still all about the I Do series.
I do.
I do. Everything you want, I do.
I do. They found.
I love. Yes, the I Do series. We've actually been running this for the past, I think 1 or 2 months, and we've been talking about different major important topics that couples need to talk about before they say I do, and even after they say I do. These things are very important. We've talked about deal breakers. We've talked about doing the sex talk.
Yeah.
We've talked about conflict resolution.
Conflicts.
And of course, we had the amazing Falake and GB with us. Yes, on saying I do again. And of course, that is a series that part of the series we'll be looking forward to bringing other people on board with us that will be sharing their personal stories, just to encourage someone out there, people that are looking forward to either saying I do again, or they've actually said I do again after a loss, a divorce, or something, you know, that actually shook their world for a bit.
Yeah, and this is basically us saying, look, my eyes have seen, my ears have heard, my mouth will talk about the goodness of God.
Yeah, so
the things that we've seen, the things that we've been through, our experiences, and we're just sharing it with you, and, you know, and hopefully it will bless somebody.
Yes, the truth is that we don't know it all, but we actually also have gone through that journey that only God could have helped us, and only God could have been our strength. And that is what the podcast is all about, just sharing our strengths and sharing our journey to help someone out there. So today, we're back to the I Do series. We're talking about trust. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus.
To trust.
Just they make us the sound of Q.
I mean, make you stand off key. I be
They make me go off Q.
I make you go off key. Name me, I maintain my key.
You maintain. Okay, I'm sure you guys are surprised that this time around I'm the one that started singing, not him, because he will be the one that will normally do that. But you know, it's rubbing off. It's rubbing off. So, yes, trust in relationships. And why is it so important for a relationship? And the truth is, no relationship can exist without trust. Trust is actually a major foundation for relationships. Right?
Yeah, because can two work together unless they agree? for you to be in agreement, you need to trust each other. You need to rely on each other. You need to be able to strengthen each other's weaknesses and lift up each other's strength, and strengthen each other's weaknesses. Just cover for one another, be there. So I am rest assured that when I'm falling back, there's someone there to catch me.
Yes, my husband couldn't have said it any better, because
I could, but I decided not to.
Trust is actually the faith that you have that someone will always be loyal to you, that they will always love you, they will always be right there for you, and like you said, they'll be there to catch you when you're about to fall. So that's basically what trust really is, that this person and my person, you got me 24/7, 365, you're loyal to me, you're right there by my side. And it's a major thing that a couple must know that they have and share before they decide to say I do. And it's something that they must build and constantly work on and ensure that it does not fall apart even when you get married, because trust is fragile. I repeat, trust is fragile. It's something that you have to take care of so preciously, because once it breaks, it could take a lot to put it back together again.
You can't put it back together, but it would take a lot.
But it would take a lot. And the truth is that, why is trust, I have my notes here in my tablet as usual so that I can help us here. And the truth is that lack of trust is one of the major reasons why many relationships and marriages fall apart. It's actually one major thing that can cause divorces, that can cause relationships to actually just fall apart. And the most important question is, why is trust important in a relationship? The truth is that you can't love without trusting someone.
Yeah, because if you trust someone, and you I started some part.
Finish the song. You don't remember the lyrics?
Took you by
ain't nobody's not been around. Okay, Gen Z no go remember that one.
Yeah, okay, focus.
Yes, but the truth is, you cannot love without trusting a person. It's one of the major building blocks of love, like we righteously mentioned earlier on. I said righteously, like we rightly mentioned. Sorry, not righteous. Rightly mentioned earlier on. Then trust helps to overcome obstacles. It's the binding factor for all cracks and differences in a relationship, right? It helps to overcome these obstacles. Like whenever you guys have an issue, maybe some conflict in communication, because you trust your partner, you know that, okay, this person is telling me the truth. Especially when it comes to things that, did you lie to me or did you tell me the truth? The person said, honestly, this is what I did. Honestly, this is where I went to. No, I didn't lie to you. I went here, I was there, I did that. So the truth is that once you have trust in each other, it's easy to deal with moments where you have your conflicts and you're trying to resolve your conflicts. Because once you don't trust each other, you're like, is he or she telling me the truth? Did you really? Where are you coming from? And that's what brings about all those kind of questions. Where are you coming from?
I was going to say, I don't know when a couple will get to a stage where where are you coming from? Where have you been? What are you doing there? Who is there with you? And things like that. I think when it begins to get there, it's pretty shaky. It's
very shaky, actually. When it gets to that point where you have to start asking each other, where have you been? Tell me the truth. Where did you go? And the moment when you start asking each other those kind of questions, there's a lot of trouble going on. So the truth is that trust helps to overcome obstacles. You guys would really, really know when whatever the other person is saying is true, whatever they say they are is right, and all of that. And also, trust helps you when healing. Like you mentioned earlier on that you know that person is there for you to get your back, especially when you're going through a personal situation or something. You trust that even though you're going through a financial problem, you understand, maybe at that point in time, your business is not doing so well and you need that support. You need that, help from your partner. You need to be able to trust that they will not run away and leave you when things are going crazy. I'll run away with you, far away to a place where there will be. Okay, sorry, I'm singing on a low key. But anyways, you get the point, yeah? You get the point. Low key. But seriously, trust actually helps in healing, right?
It does. And just being able to be assured that,
no, once you said that, you connected to another point, and that was
because that when you're both in sync, there's no need to, because without trust, lack of trust that's when you begin to judge everything and suspect every single thing that you do to each other. trying to figure out what the intentions are or intentions are not. You know, and that will give you a lot of headache that's when you come to the stage where you're checking each other's phones.
It's good that you brought that thing up. Because honestly...
Because if you're looking for something, you will find it
too. And I think also this thing about checking people's phones, babe, I really don't know, because my husband and I, we know each other's passcodes on our phones. You know it. I know they remember. You see, I told him and he has forgotten. Is it my fault now?
Write it and make it plain.
The truth is, even it's to the point that our children even know our phone passcodes. Postcode. Is it passcodes? Are we postcode? Where is it postcode? Our phone passcodes. Because the truth is that we have nothing to hide from each other. And the truth is that many times I come, babe, please let me use your phone. I want to check something. I want to do something. And he can come to me too and say, oh, babe.
And I'm not like, hey. Why are you there?
And he can come to me too and check my phone. And the truth is that our children even use our phones too when needed to either play something or do something. So they know all our passcodes. And this kind of thing, for the two of us, it was never something we even discussed. That's just, I believe that, of course, some couples have to sit down to discuss things like this because maybe where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Maybe they came from other relationships where someone was where there was lack of trust, or maybe when they grew up, they used to see their mommy and daddies, saying, Ibolo Timbo, where are you coming from? Who are you talking to? And they've seen that going on. So they grew up with this mindset of, I cannot trust my spouse. I must check what they are doing. I must check where they are going. And things like that. But the two of us never discussed it. In quote, we're just like, babe, I need your phone. Because of where I've also always grown up with that mindset of, even though we're together as a couple, we need to understand each other's privacy. That's me. Some people will say, no, the moment you marry, there's nothing like privacy. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, no. To me,
everybody's entitled to their privacy.
Yeah.
I mean, just the other day, I remember there was a time I was going to film an event and I had two phones and needed an extra phone. I took her phone to go film.
Yeah.
I had to even write the password down so I won't forget. And there was no time that I thought, let me check her Instagram, let me check her chats, let me check her.
And that was a phone that had everything. It had all my accounts, it had everything.
And came back.
Yeah.
Say, way of you did my bag.
And I was not at home thinking, hey, maybe he don't put on my phone. Hey, what's he reading? What's he checking? I was not here. I've even forgotten that my phone was with him all day.
When I get to a stage where, I was talking to a friend and he was like, he had to put a track on his wife's phone. I said, why? To see everything she's chatting, just like a mirror. Like, you have time.
To me,
you have time. If you know they do it again, just if you're tired of it, you guys should sit down and talk it out. But to be monitoring,
that monitoring thing, I don't get it. What exactly are you trying to monitor? I've actually known of some situations like that. They will say, I want to know where you went. I want to know. So they now put, there's some kind of apps and stuff that you can put. Most times parents use these apps for their children, just to know where their children are, because these apps are available. You can put it on your children's phone so that when they go out, you know where they are. You can just keep track of their movements. And we found out that people are actually using it for their spouses, installing these apps on their spouses' phones, without the spouses knowing, so that they can use it to track their movements. And I'm like, what are you tracking?
Wrong on many levels.
And that just shows lack of trust. That at the end of the day, that's the major problem. The two of them don't trust each other, or somebody doesn't trust the other. And that is why they're doing that. I've even heard of cases that people mirror people's WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I heard it, I was like,
as your chat is coming, they're receiving
your chats on their own phones. And I'm like, what? Honestly, once that is going on in your relationship, you guys are in a lot of trouble. Because wait till you find, you go find. Because if you're looking for something,
because you probably just see one, those annoying messages, as the sun rises in the east and sets to the west, so does the love something. You're like, aha!
Why did you know that was on
WhatsApp? Why is telling you sun rises for the east? Is it your son?
See, this husband you just read my mind, because that's exactly what I wanted to say, that you will see a typical normal message and you would misinterpret it. And that is just what happens when there's lack of trust. And that is why trust is very important, that you guys, from the very beginning of your relationship, you should reassure each other that, hey, I'm here for you. I got your back. I'm your person. You're my person. But the truth is that trust is also built over time. And that is why it's good that in a relationship, you guys give each other time to know each other, and be very careful, because the moment a situation arises that makes that other person to not believe you, you've chipped at the trust the person has.
Yeah, don't give each other a reason not to trust each other.
Yeah.
Once that starts, then of course we're only human. We'll be thinking, I wonder what else she's lying about. I wonder what else he's saying.
And that's why it's important that, you need to help to build your trust. Someone might say, okay, how do we build this trust? The first thing we just said, conversations. You guys talk about everything from the get-go. Talk about your lives, share stuff. You see, me and my husband, there's nothing we cannot tell each other. There's no gist about each other's past that we don't know. And the truth is, we never use or the gist that maybe my husband told me, maybe when I'm not angry one day, I'll say, hey, that's why back then you now did this. That's why back then it's because you are like this. That already would break the trust.
Yeah.
Because that means next time my husband won't gist me about anything again.
Of course.
Because he told me something that
and then you used it.
And I'll use it against him. That's another problem. When people tell you something, keep their information and keep the gist to yourself. At the end of the day, you either go and start telling your friends, or you start telling your family members, or you start using that gist the person told you to either, maybe when you guys are not in a fight, you throw it back at them or use it to insult them on the outside. Things like that now happen, and it now kills the whole essence of the trust, which is having conversations about each other. There's nothing about each other's past that my husband and I have not told each other, shared. We even laugh about it, encourage each other about it, help each other through, our weaknesses. That is what we do when we have these conversations. And that is what you need to do when you have those conversations.
The reason why the conversation is important is because let's look at how we were raised, in the sense that if you're raised with love and in a family whereby you guys are connected and you tell each other things, that's fine. But if your partner is now raised in a family whereby they're like, look, people, be careful. In this, it's only your parents that love you. No woman can love you like your parents. No man can love you and all that. So you're thinking, no woman can love me. This is how I've been brought up. So you are very, you're suspecting the other person that you judge their intentions, you judge their motive. Why is she so nice? Why is he so this? Why is he doing that? Men will always. You've not given him the chance or the opportunity to prove wrong or right. But your mindset is the stereotypical men will always do that.
Oh, so men always cheat.
Any moment from now he will. Or as he is now, maybe he's on his phone and then he's smiling. He said, I wonder which girl is making him smile. Meanwhile, the guy is looking at memes. Or, it's every time you're on the phone that you're always laughing. Or when me and you talk, we don't laugh. So things like that begin to chip into that relationship.
And that's coming from being insecure. So the truth is, if you're someone that is dealing with insecurity, you need to work on it, because if you don't, it's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect your marriages, because you might be quick to begin to insinuate things that are not even there. And that is already a big problem on its own that you need to be very careful about. Especially, like you said, maybe from how you were brought up, maybe things you saw while growing up, or maybe sadly you were in another relationship where the guy or the girl cheated on you. So you move into the next relationship thinking, they are all the same. It's going to happen again. But the truth is that you have to look at every new relationship with fresh eyes. You cannot say because that one cheated, this one too is going to cheat. If you continue looking like that, it's just going to put you in a very, very crazy situation. And of course, I hear about some people that just be, I could know that all men cheat. So my own is, once I marry, don't come and cheat near me. Do it outside where I cannot see it. So, and you two be buying pack of condoms and give him and say, take, don't bring STD home. I actually heard that some married women do that and just tell their man they will buy condom for him and say, God, just take, don't bring STD, come home. I'm like, what? And all of this already, it's a terrible mindset to already have from the very beginning. So you believe no one can love you right, and you believe that he's going to cheat on you already, so you just don't trust anything.
Why
so you're...
would he cheat on you?
Which one is on again?
Why would he cheat?
Okay, I don't know that one. I don't know that one. Then another thing that, of course, helps, building trust is when you admit mistakes with each other. whenever you guys have issues, which is normal, every relationship, you will have moments where you either disagree, somebody would do something wrong, and you are able to admit your mistakes to one another. It actually helps. It helps to build trust, because that person knows when she's suave, which is a slang way of saying when a person makes a mistake, she actually makes a mistake, the person actually corrects herself, apologizes, and finds a way to fix it, compared to when you make mistake and the next thing you are busy hiding, lying, and all of that.
And trying to be right.
And basically like, but I know what you do. I know where I saw you. I saw where you. I know what you did. I know where you went. Why are you lying that you did not go? Why are you lying that you did not do this and do that already?
Why you always lying?
Lying. Oh, okay. As usual. So the truth is that that's another way that helps to build the trust in a relationship, when you guys can actually tell each other the truth. And when
let the devil be ashamed.
True on that, you actually admit your mistakes to each other when it happens. And of course, share information with each other where necessary. If it has to do, maybe sometimes you guys are talking about how you want to share, maybe have a joint bank account, you want to share some certain important information about, okay, how I do my business, these are my documents, whatever it is, you guys, that's another way to build trust. When you guys can share important information with one another, depending on what you guys decide is important, that you should. But I do believe that a real marriage, I'm now going to marriage now. When you guys are married, I believe there's nothing you should not share in terms of property, information, and all those things, so that in case something happens to somebody, God forbid,
the person knows where what is, and what's available.
Even right now, when it even comes to my parents, that was something that even till now, my mom does it. That whenever we're home, she's always telling us, "Oh, this is where the house papers are. This is where this are." I'm even talking about that's even trust within family, whereby they are not even hiding documents from us. How much more, when you're married to someone, you guys should be able to share important information with each other, because that's what helps to build trust. Because if you don't trust your spouse, you're definitely not going to share some information.
I can automatically hear someone say, well, what if you're married to a spouse that, that's later, that will go and you say, this is where the ladder, I will go and sell it and say, baby, sorry, one thing. Now, communication. Know your spouse, know each other, have that relationship. Because when you get to a part whereby one person is hiding something from the other, one person, it's wonky. Yeah,
it's actually,
So build that relationship, build that trust, work on it. The reason why we're bringing all these topics, because it's not, because we've talked about conflict resolution, we talked about communication, we talked about all those things, and we're here talking about trust. If building that, we're trying to build. And
they are the building blocks,
building that relationship that is. I believe the family is under attack, and I believe that we're beginning to look on social media and look around, see other people struggling in theirs and thinking maybe, hey, what's the point of marriage? And marriage is no. This conversation is basically us saying that look, this is how be intentional about your marriage, work on it, work on each other, because we all fall short. We all have issues. We all have mistakes. But when you have that issue, when you have that mistake, the point is, it is not good for man to be alone. He needs help. Yeah. It's not good for her to be alone. She needs help.
Yep.
So where else is the best place to get that help? Except from your spouse. To be able to say, look, let's trust each other on this. Let's lean on each other on this. Oh, I'm falling short on the bills for this month. I need support on that, or I'm falling short in this chores, I'm falling short in business, or I have this business idea but I can't really manage it very well. I'm good with the creative. I know you have management skills. Can you jump in on this? Helping each other out and being that team. That's all we're talking about.
The truth is just that when it comes to trust, you just have to earn each other's trust, especially from the relationship stage. That's how you have to earn each other's trust. And like he said, you have to be able to be open with each other. And the truth is that another thing that is important, especially when you're trying to build trust, is that you have to keep your promises. Whenever you say, I would do this, I would do that, the moment you falter on your promise, it's going to make that other person not want to trust you. Those are the things that help to build trust, actually.
I mean, for instance, I was saying to her the other day that I'm careful even with the children.
Yes, he tells me that a lot.
Tell them that, oh, on Friday we're gonna do da 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 da.
Yeah. He tells me that a lot.
So if that day comes and we don't do it, and I fail once, another time I promise and I fail again, they will associate me with, oh, that promise.
That he doesn't keep his.
He doesn't keep his
promise. Doesn't keep his word. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't keep his word, and I don't want that. Yeah. So before I promise them one thing, I'm absolutely sure that it can be done.
Yeah.
And it will be done. And if for whatever reason why we're not, I have to more or less like begging them. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I won't go like, look, there's no time. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know I said we'll do this, but because of this, and I hope you understand.
Yeah.
I will make it up to you next time. So, and the same thing with your spouse. You have to be able to say, okay, I know we're busy now. We're about to shoot this, but I promise you tonight. I'm just using an example.
That's a good example. See your example. I have to keep our promises. Catch myself. This my husband. You don't always keep my promises. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Don't throw me out under the bus.
I play.
No, but honestly.
Focus. We're talking about trust here.
This my husband is very...
He's excited. We're talking trust.
We're talking trust.
Look at this woman.
He's making me blush live on this podcast. Oh. Don't mind my husband. He does that to me all the time. But it's true. Like my husband always tells me, when I want to say, I want to do something for the kids, you say, babe, are you sure you're going to do it? If you're not going to do it, don't tell these children you're going to do it, or don't falter on your promise. He tells me that all the time. So you can see a man that already is so particular about don't mess up on your promises to the children. He makes sure that he doesn't falter on his promise to me.
Yeah, because I do not make a promise I know I can fulfill. So when I say forever, forever's what I mean.
This my husband is always feeling like one singer.
Watch out for the R&B album coming out soon.
This R&B album.
Apple, Spotify.
This is my husband here, honestly. Okay, we're still talking about more other ways to just build up trust. Keep your secrets. When I mean your secrets as a couple. Things you share, your private info. Don't be saying you go talk something for inside house. I have to say it in PG. I'll say it in PG, I'll say it in English. Don't be saying you go talk something for inside house. And I can't go outside, go to tell your friend, go to tell your bestie, go to tell people outside, you see what me and my husband talk. Now let me speak English. Don't take what the two of you have said inside house and go and be telling people on the outside. Because if that gist comes back, trust me, not if, it will come back to your husband, because somebody will tell somebody that will tell somebody that will tell somebody, and to come back to your husband. And your husband will be like, or your spouse, both ways, I'm trying to, and your partner will be like, but you were the only person I told. How come, did this person hear the gist? And the moment you do that, your partner is going to look at you like, I cannot be telling you things. You cannot be trusted. And that already puts a chip in your relationship. The moment when your husband begins to hide things from you, the moment when your wife begins to hide things from you, because they're like, your mouth is like a leaking tap.
I really want to do something.
What's that?
That's a good idea, but if I tell my spouse, she'll go and tell her cousins, she'll tell her sisters. Everybody will know before. You know what? That's an example. So sometimes you'll be like, let me just do it. When this is done, I'll let her know. Yeah. That way, he wants to carry you along, or she wants to carry you along, but knows that if you carry you along, you carry other bodies. Yeah. Let me just,
No, so it's very, very important that you have to daily earn each other's trust. Even once from a relationship, and when you finally get married, it is a new ball game entirely, because the truth is that there's some level of information you guys will not share or have when you're still going out, because then it's not been solidified yet. But the moment you guys get married, there'll be more information that will now be given to you. Maybe because you guys were in a relationship, you didn't really know much about each other's finances and all of that, or documents, properties. But this time around, once you are now married, more information is going to be shared by the two of you. And the truth is, you have to help each other to keep those information sacred between you guys. So the trust is earned daily. But of course, there are now some relationships where the trust is broken.
So how do we go from there?
So how do you now go from there? The truth is, it can be a very, very shaky situation when you finally break your partner's trust. Either by cheating on them, or by putting out information that was supposed to be between the two of you, and you have to earn that trust back again. In terms of cheating, especially maybe when there's some kind of, when that has happened in a marriage, and the two of you have to sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
And find out what caused it in the first place. Those are things, it's important, that information. Of course, there's going to be a lot of hurt.
Finding out what causes is not pointing fingers.
No.
It's, admitting your fault.
Yeah.
Admitting your part and your role in it. And then making a promise and, being able to say, look, the onus is out to me to rebuild that trust.
Yeah.
However hard it takes, however long it takes, you have to do the work.
Yeah. No matter how hard it takes. I actually have known a few people that have actually had that situation where one of their partners actually cheated, and they're still married right now, and they're working at it because the person who faulted is actually making a big effort to ensure that, babe, I'm so sorry. I stepped out on us. I disappointed you. I know right now you don't trust me, but please give me the chance and the opportunity to prove it to you once again. And the truth is, it's gonna hurt. There's no doubt about it. But the truth is, if the other person is really willing to make it work, even though you are hurt, create that space to actually watch and allow the person to actually make up for it. It takes a lot, actually. And we're just saying that only God can also help. You also have to lean on God at that point in time to help you to forgive. At that point in time, because I know there might be some people that are watching this podcast that has happened to, and they're like, no, how can I forgive him? We'll be in the house, but I will show him. I will never sleep with him again. I will never sleep with her again. I'll never do this again. And the truth is that you can actually do that, but you are still going to be hurting. You are also going to be hurting as well. And you have to ask yourself the question that, if this person is asking for forgiveness, can I really forgive them? And if you really see that they are making an effort to actually change and be better and earn your trust again, you have to actually allow God.
Allow God.
Yeah, allow God.
And then also don't stop them from making that effort.
Yes.
Don't go like, all this. It's genuinely look and allow. It's not, you don't have to punish them back, but you just have to allow them make it up.
Yeah, and so the person that has faulted also, it can even be beyond cheating or any other way that you broke your partner's trust. Beyond cheating, maybe it's just as easy as not as easy. It could be just another example of maybe you shared information that was not supposed to have gone out from the family, or you did something that just broke your partner's trust. You have to make sure that, like my husband said earlier on, admit your fault.
Yeah.
Don't now try to start justifying why you did it. Because that's another thing that can hurt the hurted partner. When you're not trying to justify, I'm so sorry, babe, but it was because the moment you start trying to
Once
justify.
you put the button in it, you're saying that, forget everything I've said before, this is what I mean.
Yeah, once you start trying to justify, it's going to it's going to cause more hurt. The most important thing is admit the fault. Make a promise not to hurt your spouse again and keep to that promise. Make sure, because now your hurt partner is going to be watching everything you say or do, and everything to them will look like lies. It's a very, very crazy place to be in. And that's why we say it's actually better if in the first place you can avoid breaking the trust of your partner.
Yeah.
But this actually goes out to those that it might have happened to. And you are willing to make it work again. And you have to rest on God to help you. Because it should, I'm trying to be honest, it's not going to be easy, but God can help you. Lay it at God's feet. Tell God how you feel about it. Ask Him to help you to forgive. Because the truth is, we do so many things to hurt God on the daily. And God still finds a way to always forgive us. He's always. And I'm not saying we are not God. Someone will say, but I'm man, I'm not God, I don't have the energy like God, but the truth is that you can just rely on God to help you. And like I keep repeating, I know it is not going to be easy, but allow God to help. Once you allow God to help, God will take control. And God will look at the heart of the person who faulted and also you, and He will step in to help to heal, to help to heal.
The exciting thing about being married and putting your relationship into God is that you also allow God to have the final say. Because sometimes you really don't feel like forgiving the person or letting go, and God will say, but you have to. You have to. Then you have to lean to God for strength for that. And all that. And by that, you are also encouraging the person who is trying to make it up to you. Because he too is going to the same God you're going to. And God is also telling him, that, don't worry, I'll speak to her for you. But I need you to also do the work. And all that.
And, also when you have a partner who trusts you, please do not take advantage of that trust. Because there are some people out there who tend to be very insensitive, and you have someone that trusts you so much, someone that will do anything and everything for you, and you take that trust for granted. Either you're hiding information, you're doing something behind their back because you know that this person trusts me. There's nothing. She will forgive me. She will do this. No, and that's not fair. The truth is, everyone wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to be taken care of. Everyone wants to live in an atmosphere where I'm in a relationship where I know my husband trusts me. I know he trusts me and I trust him. And everyone just wants that. So
when you hear gist from outside, you trust. It's not like I don't even need to give it. I know who I know.
Yeah. So the truth is that trust is a very fragile thing, but it's a major building block in a relationship and also for your marriage. So it's something you have to take care of. You have to guard it jealously. Yeah, that's the word I've been looking for since, or the sentence I've been looking for since. You have to guard it jealously. It's very important. It would help to build or take your marriage or relationship to the next level. My husband and I trust each other so much, and that is why we just have an easygoing marriage. There's no day my husband has gone out and I'm thinking, where did he go? Where is he? Where has he gone? He has not come back. He didn't tell me. There has been no day. Neither has been any day where he sees me on my phone and he's like, who is she talking to? Who is she chatting with? And another thing I wanted to say about trust is that be open with each other. In terms of let each other know who your friends are, who are your best friends, who are your close friends, so that the moment you guys even know that, and he sees that you're on the phone talking to this person, or I see that he's on the phone, so I know, that's his bestie, that is his close friend. My husband has female close friends. I have male close friends. We know each other's close friends, even though you might not have met some, or you might have met some, but we know who's friends, the friends we have. So we know when he's chatting or calling, or that one is on the phone, I'm like, greet her for me. And when I'm on the phone with my own close friend, he'll say, hey, say hello to him for me. So we've never had that problem because we tell each other stuff. We are open with each other. So that trust is there. I'm not afraid that I cannot tell him about this friend, I cannot tell him about that person because he would think, So, excuse me. Hello. So that's why it's very important in the first place that be open with each other. Like we said earlier on, that is just what real trust is about.
Yep.
Be free. That's why you guys are each other's friends. Friends tell each other stuff. Friends are open with each other. Friends talk. That is actually a major, major area of building trust. Sharing.
Having conversations.
Yeah. So the truth is just that we have to make sure we talked about this on today's episode of the Meet The Snatchas podcast, because we know this trust issue is a major, major factor that's actually been helping to either build or break a lot of marriages and relationships. And it's because a lot of people are not taking it to heart that it's a very important part.
Yeah, the lizard foxes that spoil the vines are things that the devil is trying to look for a loophole to enter and just puts in just a little bit. When you mix the truth with a little bit of lie, and then you have reasons to suspect one another.
Yeah. So it's just very important. And that's why we just had to share it today. Talk to each other, share information, keep each other's secrets, earn each other's trust daily, and admit your mistakes. Wherever you have made any mistakes, keep your promises to one another, keep each other's secrets. Whatever you guys have shared, amongst yourselves, keep it to yourselves. And those are the ways that you can help to build your trust. And also, let's learn to take away the insecurity factor. It's a major, major poison to relationships and marriages. And in cases where you feel really insecure, open up to your spouse. Yes.
Be open. That's why the Bible says, be naked and not ashamed.
Yes.
Be open and say, honestly, I feel this way when you talk to. And then it's up to your partner to now reassure you.
Yeah.
That, really? Normally, I call everybody, hey, love, how you doing? I know we say and all that. Okay, I'll reassure you. But if it's an issue for you, I will stop. But I need to reassure you that you're the only.
Yeah.
Things like that. Reassure one another.
Yeah.
Strengthen each other's faith. Look at each other's weaknesses and say, okay, be open to each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we, I'm like this, okay. Really? Let's work on it together. And that's it.
And also genuinely understand, or should I say, read each other in the sense that if you also know the person you're with in terms of how they do stuff, because once you just said what you just said reminded me of a situation I think I heard that happens sometimes with some couples where some people just feel like, why are you calling that one love? Why are you calling that one dear? And the truth is that if you know how your partner has been right from time, my husband knows me that right from time, everybody I'm like, hey love, hey dear, hey this. So my husband is not busy sitting in one corner saying, why is she calling that one love? Why is she calling that one dear? Because he knows, he knows that's how my mom is. My mom is always going, hey, my love, my this. So even my children, I always laugh. I will say, darling this, my darling that. Because
hello, my darling.
Hello, my darling. I use endearments a lot for people that I care about or people that are close to me. So my husband is not busy sitting there in one place saying, why is she saying love there? He knows that's how she is. So what I'm trying to say is that once you even understand each other and really know each other, you know that when they do something, it's not because there's one hidden motive behind it. So that thing about just understand each other, and that is where insecurity comes in again. So it's very important. Talk, communicate, share, admit. And the truth is, just learn to keep that trust that fragile trust. Guard it jealously in your relationships and in your marriage. Wow, we can keep talking on and on and on about trust because it's a daily phenomenon that everyone is dealing with. But we hope with these little few points of ours, we have been able to convince you and not confuse you.
And please, let's hear what you want to say.
Let me finish now.
Okay. I've
been able to convince you and not confuse you that trust is a fragile thing you need to take care of. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man.
Please put your comments in the comment section. Let's know what you think. Let's know share your thoughts.
Yeah.
And don't forget to follow us on social media: Instagram, Facebook. What's again?
TikTok.
And
yes, and
i5.
Which i5? Who's talking about i5?
MySpace.
Which MySpace? They don't exist anymore. But of course, make sure you don't forget to subscribe. And of course, turn on your notification button so that you can know whenever we're coming onto your YouTube atmosphere.
Please, it's important that you like and share, because anytime you like our content, Facebook thinks, oh, okay, let me show it to more people. So please do us a favor and like.
Please, and please make sure you share this, with anyone out there that that might need to hear our little gist right here on the Meet The Snatchas podcast. All right, guys, we love y'all.
Peace.
And you know how we do it. Catch us on Instagram Live when we have the live sessions. Thank you so much for always being a part of everything we do. We love it. Keep dropping your questions. Also, if you have any questions, any comments, please drop them and we will get back to you. You can also email us, at meetthesnatchas@gmail.com. If you have any other, maybe you feel like you need to talk at length and the comments won't just be enough, please send us your emails as well. All right, guys, we love you.
Thank you so much. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Meet The Snatchas Podcast.
We hope it was an inspiring one for you today. And you know what? We look forward to hearing from you. You can actually send us your questions and comments via email, meetthesnatchas@gmail.com. Keep following us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done that yet. We look forward to catching up with you on the next episode of the
Meet The Snatchas Podcast. And until next time, stay blessed.
Bye, guys.